All information contained in this podcast is general in nature and does not consider your individual circumstances. You should consider the appropriateness of this information with regards to your individual objectives, financial situation, and needs. Welcome to Sharing More Than the Sheets, a podcast to help you and your partner make better financial and lifestyle decisions so that you can both focus on the things that you love. I'm your host, Michael Curry, financial planner, green thumb, husband, and just dad. This segment is called Michael's Magic Moment. It's my opportunity to play a little snippet from one of our previous episodes, which resonated with our listeners, that I received feedback from, or I felt really had an impact on some people's lives. Hope you enjoy it. So this week we go back to an episode that I did a few years ago about growth. And I initially start talking about a pretty famous quote that is, if you are not growing, you're dying. I talk about it from my financial perspective. Now, of course, there are a lot more important things in life than just money. This quote can relate to so many different things, our physical health, our mental health, our relationships. But I talk about it purely from a financial perspective as a financial advisor, about the fact that if you're not growing, you're dying. I hope you enjoy. Now, why do people grow? Why should we grow our wealth? Why can't we just stay flat, especially if we're content? I'll give you a couple of reasons. The first one, and I say this a lot, but it's really important to make hay while the sun shines. It's really important that while you're earning an income that allows you to do things with it, apart from just pay the bills, it's very important to use that income to put money away for a rainy day, to put money away for the future. Because there are things that may pop up in the future that may not enable you, or you may not want to do the same type of work and earn the same type of income. As an example, depending on the type of industry that you're in, but there are lots of different jobs that many people admit they can't do forever. So whether it's a blue collar job, so whether you're working in the mines, whether you have a trade and you're on the tools, everyone that's in those types of jobs will admit that they can't do it forever, that eventually their body is going to give. The other thing as well is, as we get older, we are diagnosed with things. Things pop up in our health. And as much as we would all love to work forever, there's a chance that our health may not permit us to work forever. So it's really important to just make sure that you're growing and that you're investing and your position is growing as much as possible now while you're earning a good income. The other part about it as well is, if you're growing and you're growing your wealth, it means that you are in a good financial position. And if you're not growing and if your financial position is very flat, there's a very big chance that it's actually going backwards and it's not staying flat. And I'm referring to someone that, for example, spends exactly what they earn, and they don't save, they don't invest, they don't have assets that are growing in value, and they think it's okay. And to a lot of people, that might make them feel comfortable. They might be comfortable, and because they're comfortable, they don't feel the need to save or invest or anything. But it's a very dangerous sign, because when someone's comfortable, it could lead to complacency. It could lead to being bored. It can lead to having low energy levels. It can lead to not having motivation. It could lead to so many different things. But really, there's a chance you're actually going backwards. And if you are spending what you're earning, that is also a very dangerous situation to be in. And I just say that because, again, as an advisor, I just know when I look at anyone's financial situation, including my own, we all go through ups and downs. And there are going to be periods where income is not as high as usual, or expenses are higher than usual, or sometimes even both. And you need to be prepared for that. So while you think it's probably okay that you're earning exactly, you're spending exactly what you're earning and things are going well, bills are being paid, the lights are still on, it's a very dangerous position to be in. Growing also means that you have the ability to set goals, and you also have the motivation to set goals. And what I mean by that is, if you are constantly or regularly saving money, or you can see that your position is growing and that you've got more savings than you did 6 months ago, or you've got more investments than you had a year ago, or the investments that you do have are actually growing, it actually gives you the motivation and the confidence to set bigger goals, to work towards certain things. Maybe there's a big holiday you've always wanted to go on. Maybe maybe you want to upgrade the family home. Maybe there's a car that you really want. Maybe there's a business you want to start. Maybe there's a charity that you want to support. Maybe there's a charity you want to start. It just gives you the confidence to be able to set bigger goals to do more things, because work is great. We all love work, but we also need a purpose. Now, to some people, their work is their purpose, and that's fine as well. But usually there are other purposes out there, not just work. Usually there are other things that somebody's super passionate about. It could be something as simple as coin collecting or gardening. It could be something like spending time with friends and family. Whatever it is, growing just means that you have the ability to work towards those things. Because again, if you're not growing, things are probably it's probably flat, and you're probably not going anywhere financially. Growing and having wealth and having investments, etc., means that you actually have the ability as well to support others around you. So whether it's family, whether it's children, whether it's your partner, or whether it's those in need, you have the ability to help other people, not just you. Because, as I said, money is an enabler. It enables you to do things, and that could be potentially helping other people around you. It could be supporting other people. It could be giving your children a leg up in life financially. It could be helping your partner pursue a dream that they have. Whatever it is, it just gives you the options to do that as well. So it's not just about buying things and spending money on things for ourselves. It's about helping others as well. And having money and having growth, and when you're growing, it enables you to do that. So to me, when someone's growing and their financial position is growing and it enables them to do things, it brings me back to something that I talk about all the time, is it gives somebody choice. It gives them choice to follow a passion. It gives them choice to stop working. It gives them choice to work less hours. It gives them choice to work in a job that they want to work in. It just gives you choice. And you might be listening to this and you might be thinking, well, I'm happy with my life. I'm happy with my job. I'm happy with everything. To be honest, I don't actually want the choice to do anything else. There's a chance that's going to change. If you've got children, there's a chance you may have grandchildren. If you've got family around you, if you've got friends, if you've got people that you really want to spend time with, but you can't, there's a chance that need and that want to spend time with them is just going to grow over the years. If there's something that you would like to pursue, as I said, where it's something, whether it's a charitable cause, whether it's just a type of passion that you've always had, which you may not really care about now, there's a very big chance that you're going to care about it in the future. And when you're growing financially, when you're moving forward, it means that you've got the option to do these things in the future. And it should always come back to what you care about. It should always come back to what's important to you, not what's important to your partner or your parents or your children. Yes, that's all important because they are in our lives and we need to take all of that into account. But it's also very important to really focus on what you care about, what you want to work on, what are your passions, because that is what's going to give you joy and energy, and that's what's going to motivate you to want to continue to grow. Because as I said, if you're not growing, you're literally, you're not literally dying, but you know what you know the point I'm trying to get at here, that you're literally staying flat, or as I said, most likely going backwards. Thanks for joining us on Sharing More Than the Sheets. Please make sure you subscribe to be updated with future episode releases, and feel free to share this episode with any friends or family that you think it might benefit. Please visit us at sharingmorethanthesheets.com.au to submit questions or requests for future podcast topics. These podcasts have been brought to you by Better Financial Planning Australia. To book a 15-minute phone chat, visit betterfinancialplanning.com.au.